I should have bought set 3. I don't know what I didn't. We'll get more.
It's hard not to. We already have a whole bunch of people joining us, and it's Monday, and we're kind of running around here, believe it or not. What a surprise. But the cool thing is that we're here today, and it's Monday, and happy Crafty Monday. Happy Crafty Teresa, and she's here for the candy. And Teresa, did you wear that sweater to match that card?
No, I didn't.
It kind of looks like it.
I wore it because I'm cold in the morning.
Oh, well, that's a good reason, too. That's a good
morning.
reason today, too. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Memory Bound. We're in our classroom right here in Ankeny, Iowa at Memory Bound Paper Craft Store. We're happy you're here. Teresa has a lot to show us, and she has been watercoloring with the new Tim Holtz watercolor pencils.
Yes.
And I think it's amazing that he came out with the watercolor pencils.
They are so much fun. I enjoy watercoloring. I know it's not for everyone, but I like it because I think you don't have to be perfect with it, and that's one of the reasons I like it.
Oh, I like it too.
And these are just more fun than regular pencils. Watercolor
They're
pencils.
more fun than color pencils.
Yes, they are. They are. So
good morning. We're so happy that all of you are joining us today, and thank you so very much. We're going to show you a few new things. Teresa, I thought you brought a glass of water today. I had a squirrel moment.
I did. I'm thirsty.
And then I'm like, oh, wait. You know, kind of like they have
There's
on the
a
Today
reason
Show
that,
or something.
yes, I almost forgot it too, so I had to run and get
you
it.
do need water with watercoloring, right?
Yep, we're going to have a lot of water today.
A lot of people are saying good morning, and we're so happy you're here.
All right.
We have a few things to show you, and I would like to announce that if you're one of our Merry Maker friends, your bags are ready for pickup, and they are here waiting for you for some fun times. We want to show you what came in Friday, and we're going to have to really let's start with the
down
Tim
here.
Holtz. Yeah.
Okay.
So we got in, and Teresa, you should be pretty excited
Yeah.
about this. The Tim Holtz, the mica
The
stain
mica
for the
stain.
holidays, and there's 2 colors. They're holiday. Which
Two
one?
sets.
2 sets. I'm sorry. 6 colors, 2
Yes.
sets. Does it say which one's 3 and which one's 4? Do you have
No,
any idea?
Katie and I were discussing that. We don't know because he doesn't label them that way.
We'll have to look online, and I'm sure Janet will post them.
So this one has Merry Mint, Cocktail Party, and Shiny Bauble.
And
Very
you can
pretty.
kind of see the colors behind it.
Yep. And then this one has Fresh Balm, Tart Cranberry, and Winter Frost. I love the names.
Yeah, they do have really good names. Those are in stock. They're here. Tim has not done his live video with those yet, but
No.
he will be. I don't know his schedule. I don't remember it.
Yeah, and if you didn't get them last year, then you should get them this year because they're super fun. They've got a little, you can probably see on the bottom how the mica is on the bottom, and that's the shiny part. They're pearlescent, and I bought the colors last year. If you didn't get them last year, get them this year.
Yeah.
They're fun to spray, and it gives a little bit of a shine. And
I'm glad he's doing these special
3 and
colors.
4, yes,
So these
3
are
and
sets
4.
3 and 4, and
You
they
need
are
both
new.
of them, so it doesn't really matter
Teresa,
what
you'll be
number
using those, right,
it
on your
is.
demos, I hope?
Yeah.
Teresa will be using those on her demos. And Janet just posted links to them. So
Okay,
thank you,
so we know
Janet.
which is which.
And Teresa, this is a squirrel moment, but a lot of people are mentioning that their Merry Makers kit came over the weekend or
Yes.
Friday, and they were pretty exciting. Julie's comes today,
Awesome.
and they said they had lots of good stuff in it.
Yeah,
So
they're fun.
they're very fun. All right,
right.
this is another brand new product, and I'm going to get up close so you can see it.
So this is the wood grain gray cardstock, and I should have grabbed one of the other ones because he did a black one.
We should
for
get the black one.
Halloween, and this one is gray, and these are seasonal.
Chris is on
It's in
it.
the paper, hanging in the paper, not the Halloween. Because I bought one of these,
So
I
we
haven't
have
used
white,
it yet.
black, and now gray.
Yes, and this is super cool, and so it's seasonal. So if you want it, you need to buy it now. You can use it all year long, but it's perfect for Halloween or fall. But again, it's only going to be out at Halloween. So,
and it's gray.
and it's $14.99.
10 sheets. Okay, I was trying to see. You get 10 sheets.
Yeah, it's two-tone.
If I come over this way. And Chris, thank you so much. Chris
here's
went
the
and grabbed the black.
Ooh, I can't believe I haven't bought any of this yet. I bought this
for Halloween.
but I haven't bought this one. So I'm going to be getting this one, two-tone, so you can kind of see, and it is yummy for Halloween.
$14.99 also.
Yep,
Teresa?
they're both $14.99.
Okay. And there's a white also. So now we have white, gray, and black.
Yeah.
And I haven't even seen any makes done with that, but I cannot wait.
Then this is the Snowfall Grit Paste, and he hasn't shown any makes with this either, has he? I don't think
Not
he has.
yet. I don't think they've done the video yet, but they
$7.99. He's talked about it, and I assume this is seasonal too, Kelly, or do you know?
As of right now, it's seasonal. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't keep it.
So we're gonna have to get Maggie on this.
Yeah, we'll show samples.
He was talking about it because I did see he did a little talk about it, that it's translucent. So instead of being opaque when you put it on, it's translucent. It says that right on there, so it's not a big.
a little Instagram video, and
yeah,
he might have talked
that's
about
what I
a lot
watched.
of this stuff. And then he also, Jan said, he talked about making birch trees with the gray.
Oh yeah,
wood grain paper.
That'll be perfect.
So that would be really neat.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
All right.
All right.
So
then we have the crayons. So today I'm going to talk about the colored pencils, and I'm going to try not to say crayons.
I know.
I've already said crayons once today, and
it's really hard to not call them crayons.
It is.
But
it's
these
really
are the crayons.
hard. These are the crayons, and these
These are new. These are his holiday sets 3 and 4.
I was trying to look at the colors, but I can't. They have them on the sides. I think they're the same as the sprays, aren't they? Yeah, they're the same as the sprays. Let's see.
So holiday set. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that, Teresa.
I mean, that's what it looks like to me.
You got 2 of the same sprays. Okay, so the crayons coordinate with the sprays.
There. That one's enough. Oops, I had it.
She's going to get it. She's going to get
Flip
it.
there.
We need to link those together on our website.
And these distress crayons also have the little bit of shimmer in them. They're pearlescent. And if you didn't get them last year, then get them this year.
Yeah, if you missed out on the last year colors, these are the next 2 colors.
And they're $8.99, or we have a special, right, Kelly?
We have a bundle where if you get both crayons, they're only $16.99. And they're all online. If you go to shopping and go to new, and the Tim Holtz has a holiday section that they're in, or Ranger has a new section also.
I might need to get these. I really like the teal. I don't know why. I just, every time I look at the package, I'm like, ooh, the way he combined the colors, it makes me happy. I'll just leave it in the package, not use it, and just stare at it because it's so pretty.
I know you
I
want
don't know.
to.
Yeah.
And Teresa, I'm reading a comment from Carol. This is kind of funny. She got a phone call from us while she was hiking in the Grand Canyon, and that's the only phone call she could even get the whole time she was there. So, Carol, just give us a call. I think you had some other items and stuff, so no big deal.
Yeah.
And Jan's asking, are the sprays the same colors as last year's with a new name?
No.
She heard somebody say that.
No. They're different. So there's different colors. Yeah, I have last year's. But what he's going to do, if they're popular enough, if people buy them, then next year he will re-release last year's colors. And then the year after that, he'll do these colors, if they're popular, if they sell well enough.
So now, these are all new.
Right. But next year, it'll be last year's colors, if that makes any sense. I think I'm saying it right.
Well,
I don't know.
There's 4 sets.
Yes.
Set 1 and 2 were released last year, and this is set 3 and 4.
Right. So
use up your 1 and 2.
Right.
If you've used it up, you might be able to get it next year. We'll see.
Yeah.
And then we have a question, Teresa. It's a squirrel question, but we absolutely love those. Heidi wants to know, what alcohol ink do you use to color embellishments?
Well, if people use a lot, the popular color is mushroom. If you're looking for a brown, is that what?
If you're looking to make it look kind of old,
right,
and vintage, mushroom
is
but
our
otherwise,
go-to.
you can probably use any
color.
mushroom, any alcohol ink, any mushroom color, any alcohol ink color, depending on the color you want it to be.
Yeah.
And Teresa has colored quite a few different
I have a
charms
whole bunch of
and
colors.
things.
Surprise.
And so if you go to shopping and go to mixed media, we have a whole, we'll call it an alcohol section.
Yeah.
And that's, okay, we got another message here. Letha says, you're going to want to buy 2 sets. When you run out of the first one, you'll be sad it's gone and you have to wait a whole nother year.
Yes.
Oh, Letha, good good shopping. It's
Good
kind of
tip.
like when people buy paper here at the store, a lot
Yeah.
of times they never buy one sheet, hardly. You always buy multiples. But
Yeah. And these are seasonal too. So,
once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah.
We do have, if we sell out of these, we do have a backup order coming. So
okay.
we're going to be set for a little bit. Oh my gosh, that is a miracle in your
I know
hands.
it is. This has been on back order for
Months.
probably since February, maybe January, February.
yeah, at least.
Because when I started ordering adhesives, then I couldn't get this. And Kelly and I showed adhesives last week, and if we would have had one of these to sell, I would have shown it
We would
because
have shown it.
it's a little sticker maker, the Xyron, and they are $13.49, and it's a handy tool to have. I think they're great
It's
for
kind
taking
of a
to crops.
classic. It's been around quite a
Yeah.
while. It's for little pieces that are less than 1.5 inches.
Yep.
And they can be longer, but it can't be any wider than that on one side.
All right.
All right, this is another.
Another
Speaking
back
of back
order.
order, that's the big Misty.
The 12 by 12.
We call that the Papa Bear Misty, right? We've got the Papa Bear, the Baby Bear, and the Mama Bear. That's how
Yep.
I relate to things. But this has been re-engineered, and so it now is got these. It's got the space here for your magnet, and they've changed the corners. They've rounded them, and it's got the little edge here to grab it and open it better. And that's the regular
did the
size.
same.
And those are just back in stock. And we have the minis also. So we have all 3 sizes, and we're really happy that the Memory Misty, Penny was waiting for that for a long time. And I just want to tell everyone that I didn't think I would really need a big one because I have I have this one, the
Yeah, the
regular
medium.
size.
Mhm.
And Penny was stamping on her 12 by 12 scrapbook layouts.
Yep.
And it looked really cool, and she could do it with this. And you can also stamp multiple cards at once in the 12 by 12, but that is back in stock. It was out of stock because they were re-engineering it and making it new. Oh, sticky mats, also back in stock
Yep. $12.99 for those.
for the original Misty, and they are what they sound like. They're a sticky mat that helps hold down your paper when you're stamping.
Okay.
Okay, then we got a message. Somebody loves their Xyron. OSHA says you need 2 in your stash of the Xyron, 1 to take with you and 1 to leave at home.
Yeah. They're great for taking to crops, I think.
She said you also need the bigger Xyron for bigger items to make.
Yep.
All right. Okay, now this is kind of a big thing, and we need to open up this bag. This is a kit. This is new from Elizabeth Crafts, and you've maybe been seeing it online. Annette Green, who's an amazing designer, is doing a Facebook class on October 15th, and it is the same day as Merrymakers, but either one you can watch, later if you want to. That's not a problem. So Elizabeth Crafts put together a kit, and it includes the Christmas Lives Here 12 by 12 paper pack that we can no longer get. This is probably why, because it went into all these kits. That's what our sales rep told me. So in your kit, it's $84.99. You're going to get the 12 by 12 paper pack, and then Teresa, you're going to have to open that up because that's got lots of other things. You're also going to choose between 2 different sidekicks. So you actually get a sidekick planner book from Elizabeth Crafts, and we have Espresso, which is a little bit, I call that kind of a medium brown. And then we also have Desert Sand, which has got kind of a neat texture to it and is a lighter brown. So you're going to get you choose one of the colors, and they're both online now. And then let's see, what all are we getting in here,
Looks
Teresa?
like
a sheet of it.
double-sided sticky tape.
Yep, an adhesive sheet.
Ooh, a cute
You're going to get a December
sticker.
Days sticker. You're going to get a card on how to get into the Facebook class, some extra pages
Some
for your
page
sidekick,
inserts.
and then you're going to get an exclusive die, And, oh, it's kind of glaring. Maybe if you hold it up just so, there we go. You're getting this exclusive die set that has all those numbers.
That's
and it's
great.
got the holly and the reinforcements. And look at those little mittens.
Very cute.
And
Oh,
some
is that like a
tabs.
tab?
Yeah, I think that's a
Oh,
fold-over tab.
That's nice.
So you're going to get all of this die set. And then you're also going to get an exclusive stamp set.
Oh, and I bet those circles fit in the circle die, huh?
Oh,
smart.
tricky, tricky.
And the star probably stamps
I bet it
in the
does.
star, too.
And you get those little clips. So you get the stamp set, the die set, you get a sidekick planner, you get a sheet of adhesive, some pages, you get
And all
that
this
paper
paper
pad
pack.
that you cannot get anymore. I was so sad that we weren't able to get more
Yeah.
of that. And then you choose which planner you want. If you want the desert sand or if you want espresso. And there is a class on Facebook on October 15th with Annette Green, who is amazing, by the way, an amazing designer. And I think everyone's gonna love that. And that's $84.99. And you'll find that online if you go to shopping and go to kits. It's on there online. And then back in stock is our cute little Santa Paws. Photo Play. A few years ago they had a Christmas collection with pets. And this one is just hilarious.
Yep,
It's so cute.
$15.99.
And it has paper that could be pets or could
And
be
stickers.
non-pets. So Santa
Happy
Paws is coming to town.
holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Holidays.
Oh, well, there's holidays and
Oh,
paws.
holidays.
There's both. I see both.
Kelly
of
and
them.
I like puns.
Barking spirits, right? We
Merry
do.
Woofmas.
Santa Paws, please stop here. So it's really cute. It's really cute.
All right.
The next Elena's asking about the next reminiscent book, and I was told by our sales rep that they're not doing the reminiscent books anymore, and that was after book 4. And we did get some book 4s in, even though they were no longer available. They found a few, and so I think this Christmas Lives Here might be their new type of paper, and maybe they'll go back to the book. You know, I don't know, maybe if enough people say something, but they had some supply issues getting them here.
Sure.
And I would love it if they would print more of these paper packs, but as of 2 weeks ago, I was told that they're gone, and they're
Okay.
gone, except for in these kits. Wow, that was some good stuff. And we
Yeah,
have a
fun
question
stuff.
about the Memory Misty. Teresa, can you look at the price on that? I know the prices went up because they're
Yep.
going up on everything.
It's $109.99.
So $109.99 for the 12 by 12 Memory Misty.
And
I was happy to get those in
the
stock.
medium is $75.99.
$75.99. Okay. All right.
Definitely worth it.
Well, I think maybe we're ready
Okay.
to talk about watercolor crayon. Oops, watercolor pencils. Ooh, I did it. I'm looking at crayons, but we're
Yes,
going to do
yes.
the watercolor pencils. And be sure, if you want the new Ranger holiday from Tim Holtz, be sure and grab that. Come on in and see us. We'd love to see you. And we do have the Tim Holtz Ideology has shipped, and that will be arriving to us soon. That
That's
we're not
fun.
allowed to show until October 1st, and the Sizzix.
So that'll be a fun day.
So,
All
or
right.
maybe it's the Sizzix. I don't know. I get kind of mixed up. There's lots of rules that we have to follow. Okay. Somebody said, I wonder what we need to put online. Janet says we need to put something online. Let us know what we need to put online. We got Chris right here, and she can help us out really easily. Wendy Jean might get something for her birthday. Oh, they want to know how the Xyron is explained. Or explain the Xyron. One should ring the bell and we'll get the stores. I'm reading. Here, let me go over here so you're not looking at. You can look at some good stuff.
Already? Oh.
Can you get us the store's little Xyron machine?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, the large Misty is not online. Chris, can you fix the large Misty? Have someone else get the Xyron if you need to. All right, Chris is fixing the large Misty. Sorry about that, everybody.
Rhonda, can you say it for me?
It's a double dinger.
It's a double dinger. I love it. I love it. Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning. We're so happy that you're here.
Yes. Can you?
It's Katie
get
wants
the
to know if it's
Xyron?
real. We need the store Xyron. Rhonda might be looking for it. People want to know how to work it.
That way or that way?
That,
This one.
There's one somewhere.
Okay. All right. Chris is fixing the large Misty. We're sorry that's not online. It got checked in and not checked. I know why, because it was a new barcode and everything.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Wow, Teresa, I'm wore out. And we're going to talk about the watercolor pencils today.
Yes, the pencils.
I did it right. Now, I just want to give everyone a little notice that they're sold out.
This is the only one.
That's perfect. Fine. Chris is doing it all. Okay, it's sold out, and the crayons are sold out.
Sorry, pencils.
I mean the pencils. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
I was going to keep track of how many times I called it the wrong thing.
I'm going to call them pencils now because I'm going to stop and think about it. And you know what? My grandson and I, Sullivan, we used colored pencils, not watercolor, but colored pencils this weekend. So, and he loves sharpening more than coloring.
It is fun. Wait until you see how these sharpen.
All right.
It is fun.
We're going to have to ring the bell again because they want to know if we got the Xyron refills.
Well,
and those have been unavailable for quite a while.
Yeah,
so we're going to check on that.
I think we either have the regular or the repositionable. I can't remember which.
So we have one. Okay.
Have you? Yes.
Katie
ring.
says we're demanding. We need to find the Xyron refills. Okay. Chris
refills
found
for sale.
For sale.
Oh, okay.
To see if we have any.
Katie's on it.
Okay.
Okay. Should I do this first?
Yeah.
Okay. So this.
Ours is orange because it's older.
It's old. They're purple now, or sometimes they'll put them in sparkly pink or other things, but it doesn't matter what color it is. So you have this opening that's about 1.5 inches wide. And so let's say you have this pretty leaf and that you want to stick down, but you don't want to use your liquid glue because it's annoying maybe, or your pen because you feel annoyed by it. So what you do is you
just happen to have the perfect die cut, Teresa.
I did. You just stick it in there. And then over here you pull and it comes out, and you're just going to make a sticker.
So this is the sticker maker, and it used to be called the Xyron 150, and now they're calling it the Xyron sticker maker. But
and then what you do, I do have a pen. So I just rub it, and sometimes depending on how
I never do that.
intricate it is, I might go around the edge. It just prevents glue from coming up on the edge. Just depends. You don't have to do this. And then there's a little.
You want to rub it before you peel it off,
Yep.
and that gets the extra sticky onto the backing.
So see, this is the sticky part
You
here.
could maybe use that for something. I don't know what, but
It's stuck to my fingernail.
Teresa's having trouble. I'm going to get this on camera, Teresa. It's very sticky.
Yes,
we'll
it's
just
very
say
sticky.
It's very sticky.
All right. And so now my leaf is actually a sticker. So
Are you going to stick it onto something?
My hair,
You want
apparently.
A piece of paper?
I'll just stick it there for now. It's very sticky.
So that is the Xyron sticker maker, and it's the 1.5 inch, which is why it was called
And
the 150.
the refill is very easy. None at all. Okay,
Janet just linked the refill.
We're out of the refills, but when we get them, they're very easy. And it tells you this is a permanent one, but they also have repositionable if you like repositionable, and it just slips right in there like that. So you just throw this whole thing away when you're done with it.
It does come in and out very easy.
Yep, easy to refill.
Okay, Chris found it.
So what do we have?
The permanent.
The permanent. We have permanent, but we don't have repositionable.
So the permanent
The refills are $9.49.
$9.49 for 20 feet, and you get
Yep.
20 feet comes
To
with
start.
it. So you
Yep.
have, if you get the sticker maker, you are set. You know what? There's so many good stories about that because it is a classic tool.
It is.
And Kelly said the Xyron was her very first tool
Yeah.
that she bought for scrapbooking
Oh,
when
I
she
have one.
joined.
Mine is red, I think. They used to be red. They used to be red.
Mine is orange.
Orange,
we
red,
had
purple.
disposable cardboard ones at one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have one of those.
Now, Elena says she crumbles the sticky and blots the die cut to pick up extra adhesive instead of sticking it all over her finger.
Okay.
Barb, if you need a refill for the bigger one, you need to let us know, and
Yeah.
we special order
we can
those.
order it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Here.
Back to the
Are we
colored
back
pencils?
to the back to the normal? Yeah. Let's go back.
Okay. So we're out of the colored pencils, but there's 3 sets, 1, 2, and 3. each set has Roy G. Biv in it, a rainbow of colors. Tim did that purposely. So you only really need to buy one set if you want, but if you're like me, you're probably going to buy all three. So if you want, you can call and we can put you on the list for when they come in. So I will just show you. This is set number 1, and they come in this wonderful
show
tin.
us the back too.
The back has the sticker with all the colors on it. And I just remember set number 1 has the black and the white in it. That's how I've kept them straight
good.
so
Yeah,
far.
good idea.
But you can see picked raspberry, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and then your basics.
So
and
you
with
can
some
get
others
one
thrown
set
in.
and you have what
Yep.
you need to color. So it's not like he did all blues and
Right.
all greens. Which,
Set
which
2.
thank you, Tim.
Yep, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, brown. This one doesn't have a black, but it has the dark vintage photo in it. So there's maybe some special colors that you like. I noticed I'm using peeled paint a lot because green's my favorite color, and I used peeled paint as my go-to green.
Yeah.
So I was glad to have that in set 1. So I made some swatches. Tim did this too. Mine are not as fancy as his, but if you're in the store, you can take a look at them. And in his video, he showed each color individually and how it washes out. He went over that quite a bit extensively. If you want to watch his video, he'll show you more about it. And he also had shown set 3, which for some reason, silly reason, I didn't buy, but I will when they come in again.
So the sets, we have a couple questions. The sets are $24.99, and they are out of stock. When we scheduled our video today, we had a lot of sets in stock because we did order quite a few.
Yeah.
They're out of stock at Ranger until the end of November. So we're
yeah.
looking at a couple months. September, yeah, but you know how time flies,
Yep.
and they're going to be here before you know it. And I think they're going to be great holiday gifts.
Yeah. Oh,
So we
great
have
stocking stuffer.
Yeah, we have a lot of them coming. They've got 12 colors, and I'm sure he's going to be releasing more next year.
Yeah. And these colors, you know, maybe you have watercolor pencils and you don't need any. There's a couple differences of these. One, the first one, the big one, is that they match his ink pads. And he really worked hard making sure to get the colors to match, and he showed that in his demo. I didn't do that on my swatches. I just did the watercolor pencils. But the difference is, I'll show you the tin. So the lid comes off, so he said you can scribble here on the plastic if you want. And then I'm probably
and then
going to...
it has another cover.
It has this. I'm probably going to... I don't know if I'll need that. And then it comes in a tray, and he showed this too, which makes me
how
happy.
to put them out.
How to get them out. So that's the picked raspberry. So they are a woodless colored pencil. So most of the time pencils have wood in them, but these are woodless. They're pure pigment. So you can't really, there's nothing really to see about it. It's wrapped in a sticker, and you can sharpen them. And then the fun thing is, if you are like Tim and you just like to dump your box of things out, this is the
Distress storage tin.
the storage
It used to be called the crayon tin.
Yeah.
But it's good for so many things that they just renamed it the distress storage tin.
Yes, and it's $9.99, and they fit. Oops, they fit perfectly in there. So you can, if you like all your colors together and you don't want to have these little boxes, then you can get the storage tin and put them in there.
So in the storage tins, I believe you can stack these, can't you, Teresa? These do hold.
Yeah, they have a little.
They have a little
ridge.
rim. So you
I have
can
mine
stack,
stacked.
and then you can see them. They're clear on top.
Yeah.
So, and they hold the crayons. You can put the jars of his glazes in there, or his little storage jars. They're handy dandy, and those were out of stock for quite a while, but they're back in stock.
We've got these. So if you bought your pencils and you want to stick them all together, you can do that. I haven't decided yet. I'm trying to decide. I do like the sticker on the back that tells the colors, but eventually I probably won't care.
I like how they're marked on the.
Yeah,
on
it
the
tells you what color it is
pencil also.
right on there. So if you want to match your your ink color to your color pencil.
And if we
then
forget
you
it's
can.
not a crayon, it says pencil right on it too, Teresa.
Yes, keep reading that.
Now,
Yes.
Letha says when you sharpen them, save the little pieces in a tray.
Yep,
You can
we're gonna
wet
talk
them.
about
We're gonna
that.
do that?
Yep,
Okay,
we're gonna
all
do that.
Yay.
All right.
Teresa, we have a lot of people watching today. I mean, no pressure or anything for you, but we have a big
Okay.
crowd today. So thank you, everyone, for joining us and being part of our Memory Bound video this Monday morning.
And of course, look, I had to put mine in Reggie Biv order.
Of course.
I don't know
of
if they
course.
come that way, but when I take them out and put them back in. Okay, so I'll show the samples and I'll kind of talk about them and then we can play with them a
That
little
would
bit.
be great.
All right, so this card, I used set number 1. I used Rusty Hinge, peeled paint, and walnut stain. And actually, I made the background with the colored pencils on this. So what I did is I colored on my mat, and then I will just show you.
Oh, we're gonna
Maybe
do it. Yay.
maybe we'll do it as we go along because there's so many different techniques.
That sounds good, Teresa.
Let's get a bright color here. This is from set 2 and it's seedless preserves. So what you can do, so you are going to need we're going to need water today and you're going to need a mat. So you can color on your mat, and because they're just pure pigment, when you spray, it's going to react immediately. So what I did for my background then is I just did the
So you messed it up a
the
bit.
smush, yep. So I did that first, and then I dried it, and then I went back and I applied it again. So I layered my colors on
So you did
there.
one color and then
I did
dried
one
it,
color,
and then
yep.
did the other color and dried it, and then
Yep.
did the third color.
And then I went back and I added more green because I wanted more green.
Well, that's really neat. And
Yeah.
are you using watercolor paper on this, Teresa?
I
or-
am. So I'm
okay.
using watercolor paper on everything today, and I would really recommend that. So we've got the little sheets already. We've also got big ones. These are $5.99. I like them because they're pre-cut for you. Then we have the mixed media heavy stock. So the cream I used on one of my projects. That's $5.99. And then also we have the craft heavy stock, which is really nice if you want to do it on craft. So your paper's a little bit thicker. All right.
Susan just hopped on and she said she played with her watercolor pencils that her husband bought this weekend. And she really liked them.
Yeah, there's so many techniques that you can do with them. I hope our video is not too long and boring for you guys today because it's fun to play with. So that was kind of the smoosh method that I did that. And then I stamped with the archival ink. So you really want to do the archival ink on top of that when you stamp with it.
It's a little bolder and
Yeah.
stuff. And then
Yeah, so I was going to show the stamp sets. So Tim does have this new one called Leaf Prints 2.
and we used that on a video a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And here I stole this one
Okay,
from you.
yep. And then the one that I used is Nature's Wonder, and that one has some sentiments with it. And then, oh, I didn't use that one yet. Okay, so those are the two stamp sets. Those are both $29.99.
And that's what she used here was Nature's Wonder.
Yeah.
And they're asking about if you could repeat the colors you used on that. I remember peeled paint. And
It's from
Rusty
set
Hinge.
1, Rusty Hinge, Peeled Paint, and Walnut Stain is the brown.
And Carolyn's asking, so how could you use these on scrapbook paper?
Well, you could color images in. Like if you stamp something and want to color it in, then you can color it in.
Watercolor it?
Yep. I mean, probably just like a card, you know, if you make your own backgrounds and things.
So it might depend on your paper. If you have a
Yeah.
thicker paper or a lighter paper.
I mean, you can do it on regular paper. It's probably going to bow a little bit more than it does on the watercolor paper, but you know, Tim always says paper doesn't have memory. So even you can you see that how it bowed a little bit after I put the water on it. So yeah, it depends on if you
It
care or
dried
not.
really fast. It
Yeah.
looks like it's dry, Teresa.
Still, yep. I am. You can always get your heat gun out. I was just going to add some more splats on there. Ooh, I'm liking that better with the splats. See how the first time you go through, you get a big smush, and then the second time you get the little dots, and I love the little dots. I got a lot of little dots on mine. I was happy with that.
Jill made a comment. Jill, I really like your comment. She says she feels like it's a compact way to get all of his ink colors.
Yes, it is.
So that's a really good thought, because there's like 24 ink pads right there.
Yep. And it's not all the colors. He doesn't have the newer colors out yet. And it just depends on how well these sell. If he gets more sets, I'm guessing.
I think there will be more.
I'm guessing that. Then people asked about, are there going to be for sale individually? And he was really not sure about that either. It would be nice, I think, if you could get
to
fill in, like, you know, I know that I'm going to use the peeled paint the most, but like whites and blacks might be nice to have individually. But all right. Okay. Here's another card, and this one is from set number 2, and I used Spice Marmalade and Fossilized Amber. And then I used the Bold Frights stamp set, and I just love these. He's got the bold.
It does your card, doesn't it?
Yes, it makes it so easy. And this is the Halloween one that he did. It's $24.99. It's from last year, I think. Whoa! You just turned your flashlight on, Kelly.
I did. Is it on right now?
Yes. That's okay.
I don't know how to turn it off.
I feel like I'm in the spotlight.
You are. Does it make a difference? How
I don't know.
Does Teresa look better?
Is my skin tone better? I don't know.
I turned my light on because my finger touched something, but really, Teresa, I don't know how to turn it off.
That's all right.
Is it that?
Whoop,
Okay.
yep.
All right.
I'm seeing
Here,
spots now.
All right, let's try it both ways. There's on. Okay.
I can't tell.
There's off. It's a little different, but we don't need to blind you
No,
today,
that's
Teresa.
all right. Okay, so I was going for the candy corn look on this. Hopefully you guys got
And
that.
your sweater match.
Oh, yeah. That's right. So how I did this is kind of fun. Let's see. I'll do yellow. This one is from set 2, Fossilized Amber. And so I just colored on my paper. And then I took a wide brush. And we've got these sets of
are nice.
artist brushes. They're very nice.
I have that set. I really like it.
You know, I don't use them a lot because I'm not a big painter, but now that I have these watercolor pencils, I might be using them more. And I really do like their fine tip and the nice wide brush. They're $6.99, and you get 6 brushes, all the different sizes. I don't know anything about paintbrushes, but so like I said, Kelly saw my thing of water.
I thought she brought a little glass of water to.
So I just dip a little bit of water in there.
Oh my gosh!
And so you can just paint your own.
They work really
your
well.
own background. Yeah, look at how they blend. You can just need a little bit more water to get all the way, and you can just go all the way to the edge. Isn't that nice?
That really was nice.
Yeah.
I have not seen these used. I missed Tim's video and has some things going on. I haven't been able to go back and watch it yet. Yeah. So that's my first experience, Teresa, other than your smooshing, and I love it.
Yeah. So you can, do any color that way.
You could do your sky if you want to do a sky.
Yeah. Just a nice background that you can make for yourself. All right. So I'll just show, this is just a little tag that I made. And this one I used from set number 1, and I used picked raspberry and speckled egg.
Wait, speckled egg?
That's the blue.
Oh, yeah, you can barely see it.
Yeah,
now I see it.
The speckled egg is a little bit lighter. And then from set 2, I used the Kitsch Flamingo. So that's the darker pink is peeled paint, and then the lighter pink is Kitsch Flamingo. And what I really like about these colored pencils is then you can go in and highlight your emboss. So this is the 3D embossing folder. I can't remember the name of it. I love it though. It's called Damask. I should remember that.
I was going to say Damask, and
it's
then I wasn't
$12.99.
sure.
And then I did give it a squirt of the oxide spray, the Kitsch Flamingo. Just, I don't know if you can see it, but it's sprayed a little bit. I didn't like it so white. I wanted a little more color on it. But it was super fun in that I could just take my colored pencil. Especially with the 3D, you can just go right over the top of the bumpy part, which before you could take your ink pad and your blending tool and go over it. But
now you can really get the detail.
Now you can get the detail. And then if you want, you can watercolor over it to spread it around a little bit. But I thought that was kind of fun. So if you like to color your 3D embossing, that's a way that you can do that.
Can you remind us of the colors again, Teresa?
Yeah, from set 1 was Picked Raspberry and Speckled Egg, and set 2 is Kitsch Flamingo. That Speckled Egg went really well with Kitsch Flamingo.
Yeah, it does. I didn't even see it on there till you tilted it a little bit.
It's light. Some of the colors are lighter, but they go with the colors of the ink.
And you can do them on darker paper.
Yeah, and we'll show that. I'll do that right now, as a matter of fact. So Katie brought me some paper. That's Speckled Egg.
I like seeing how you take those out.
Yeah. Just color a little bit. And I'll just color a little bit over here. It looks different on, but it's probably like how you do the oxides. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's creamy, dreamy. And that one kind of blends in on the craft. But there you can see it a little bit better on the white. It just depends on how much you blend it out. Here, let me do the Picked Raspberry.
This is Picked Raspberry.
Mm-hmm. See, that's a little bit more intense.
I like the pink on the craft.
Yeah, it's pretty, isn't it?
Teresa, I think when it dries too, you're getting
we'll see.
The colors showing more, because it's showing more on the Speckled Egg is showing more on the black now that it's drying.
Yeah.
Now Teresa's using the watercolor brush with the detailer tip, and that is a Tim Holtz product, and it's a water brush. It's got a pretty fine tip on it. You fill the barrel with water, and then you don't have to have a cup of water.
Yeah. And we have a variety of different watercolor brushes and
We've
sizes.
got a really good one from Vicki Boutin that we need to ring the bell for.
I don't have that one. All right. This one, I think Chris, yes? Did you leave your watercolor sample? I forgot to ask you
we
for
need
that.
The Vicki Boutin water brush.
Did you take it home? Okay, that's all right.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. So this is
from her. Oh yeah, I forgot about her sample.
Chris took it home, but that's all right. So this I colored on top of. I've got the 49 in Market washi tape. You guys are going to see more of that
for the holiday wishes.
For the holiday wishes, I did fall, Halloween, and Christmas cards this week. But I just put the washi tape right on the tag.
So neat.
And it didn't cover the whole way, but I just lined up a little piece over here. You can't even really tell because of the words.
I couldn't tell at all.
And I just colored right on there, watercolored, and I used a variety of colors: peeled paint, walnut stain. I used some ice spruce, twisted citron, and barn door. So I got
you went over the words. That was really neat.
Yeah. Just to give it a little color.
Chris brought in her little journal that she watercolored on the washi tape, and I didn't know it would stick, but it sticks really well. So it's a really good one.
Yeah. So that was fun. So you can color, the thing you can do with these pencils is you can color over like collage medium and watercolor on it, just like you would use your inks or your crayons. You can, color on the people. What are they?
The paper dolls.
Paper dolls.
Found relatives.
Yep, found relatives. You can color on those. You can color on top of paint.
Oh, Jane Davenport. Sorry.
Jane Davenport. Okay.
Sorry, Gloria.
Oh.
I sent Gloria for the Vicki Boutin
We don't have
watercolor brushes, but it's actually Jane Davenport. So sorry, Gloria. So I wanted to show this. Well, it's a 2-pack, so you're going to get a boulder and a detail, and they're only like $8.49. So I thought they were a pretty good deal from Jane Davenport. Yeah. She's a mixed media artist with American Crafts.
I always have my colored pencil, my watercolor pencil on my table. I don't always have a cup of water. I do right now, but I'm gonna. Well, I showed you the brush technique, but I'll show you why.
Collapsible water cups. We'll have to get some of those. We'll order some of those.
I want one of those.
Okay, we'll get you one, Teresa.
Okay. So anyhow, you can watercolor.
I know. I loved it when
on your card
Chris brought that in. It's
on your
totally unexpected.
Yeah. Ooh,
so
I like that
right
washi tape. Yep, right on the washi tape on a smooth surface. All right. Here is another card that I made. And this one, for the background, I smooshed the Gathered Twigs and Ground Espresso inks.
I like it.
Distress inks. And then for the acorn, I stamped the acorn, and this is one of the older sets, Autumn Blueprint. And I really like acorns, and so I stamped the acorn on that one. And I did use archival ink. And so
we're doing a quick switch here.
Oh,
there we go. All right.
Okay, Katie's our cinematographer now.
Yes.
All right. So when you watercolor, it kind of
that's really pretty.
It goes over the ink. So first I stamped the acorn, and then I watercolored, and then I stamped it again. You don't have to do that, but I like the lines to show. If you want a more watercolor look, then don't stamp it again. So on this one, I use set 1 peeled paint. Again, I keep using the green because it's my go-to. I used a little bit of black soot on the black lines and rusty hinge. I added a little bit of rusty hinge. And then, what did I say? Oh, walnut stain was the bottom color.
Just a quick question. Did you color right on the washi tape and then use water?
Yes. I have to check my notes. Well, because I did so many different things. There's different techniques. Yep. So maybe now I will show that.
So you
I
did
should
on
have
the
stamped
washi
an image
tape and then use water, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Jana, I just wanted to tell you we're trying to fix that question that you had.
I'm trying to decide. What color? There's so many colors.
What are you going to color?
I'm just going to show...
Do red.
Okay. So you can color. You guys have seen me color with the colored pencil. But then the other thing you can do is you can take your water brush and you can take color right off of the pencil and color with it. It is. It's like a paint stick. See how intense that is?
Pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, my favorite color is red, so that's why I really like that.
Ooh. And this color is Barn Door.
Love it.
Ooh,
now,
doing something different.
Yeah, we're taking using a paint.
You can take the paint right off of the pencil. So one thing I wanted to mention is after you get your pencil wet like that, you want to let it dry a little bit before you put it back in your tin, because you might bump colors, like you might bump your red against your white, and then you're going to have red pigment on your white.
That is a good tip.
So just set it on your mat and let it dry for a minute before you do that. Now the other thing that you can do, did I bring
There's so many things, Teresa.
I know, there are. There's a lot of things.
So just a reminder, these aren't available. Even Ranger is sold out. They just had such high demand and people loved them. We have them coming again, and Ranger's going to have them back in November, and we'll be getting them again in stock. So call us, send us an email. We'd love to reserve them for you when you come in. 1 set, 2 set, or all 3 sets.
So when I colored this image, that is what I did. I took the ink off of my brush and I colored right on there. Okay? Another thing that you can do, if you don't have a water brush and you don't want to buy one, you can just take your colored pencil.
Okay.
You can take your colored pencil and put it right in the water, and it's going to activate the pigment. I should have brought a different brush, a smaller one, because it's kind of silly with this one.
We get the idea.
But yeah, you can just take your color right off. Oh, that's kind of pretty.
Do they dry pretty fast, Teresa?
Yeah, they dry pretty fast.
And they're asking,
It's still a little
Carolyn
tacky.
asked about your stamp for the acorn. I don't know if you showed
Yep,
it since
I
I
did.
stepped away.
That was the
fall
autumn blueprint.
And that, I love those stamps, the blueprint
Yes,
stamps.
the blueprints are.
You know what? We need
an
to
oldie
just
but goodie.
reorder them. They've been around a while. We need to reorder them, Teresa.
Yeah.
And do a whole bunch of stuff with
I
them
love
because
the
I love
acorn.
them.
Yeah. So like I said, you can just take that color right off your, right off there with your brush.
What color was the blue?
The blue was Mermaid Lagoon. I'm trying to use a variety of colors. I keep going for the same one. I'm
Stay
like,
away from peeled paint.
Yeah, stay away from peeled paint. So that is what I did with that one. Now, the other thing you can do with your colored pencil, of course, is you can color right on your image. So I stamped my image. First I smushed, then I stamped my image with the archival ink, and then I took my my colored pencil and I just colored right on. I think I used Mermaid Lagoon. I used I used a lot of colors: mustard seed, peeled paint, and salvage patina from set 1, and Mermaid Lagoon from set 2. So that is the color that I used. So you can just color right on your image, and then take your watercolor pencil and just fill in.
Just kind of pull the color
Just
through.
kind of pull the color.
I love it.
You know what? I missed a spot right there.
So she's gonna
You can just
fill
fill in a little bit if you want a little more color. You know, you can do shading. I'm not a big shader. That's why I like watercolor. Ooh, I'm making this one more intense. I'm going over. I like it. All right.
Well, I can't wait till these are back in stock. I don't have any, Teresa, but I will be getting some also.
Yeah.
Because I think they look like a lot of fun, and I like to watercolor.
That one was fun. I just like watercoloring in general. I just think, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can go outside the lines. But I saw
that's a big B.
I know. I saw on Instagram, Tim has lots of makers, and they did some Instagram things, and I feel like I have this upside down. And one of the Instagram people had this mono eraser, and this one has a sand for ink and for pen. And this was shocking to me. I didn't even think about it because it's kind of like a pencil. You can use your eraser and you can erase. So if you do go outside the line and you have to wait for it to dry, then I'm just going to erase some color off of this leaf here. Did you see how it was green?
Yes.
And I'm just using it like a pencil eraser, and I'm just erasing the color right off there.
Oh my gosh.
I know. So if you are particular and you don't like to go outside the lines, we have these mono erasers. They're $2.99. I have one, and they're awesome. There is a little color under it because like I said, I smooshed with my antique linen first. I don't know if you can get it all off, but if you go outside the line, you can do enough
definitely
to
lighten it up.
Yeah, if you're particular. I'm not particular. That's why I like watercolor. Okay, that's a fun tip.
Very cool.
All right, what else do I have? This is the last one, I think. I think this was my favorite card that I made. So from set number 1, I used Villainous Potion and Fire Brick. And from set number 2, I used Seedless Preserves. And you guys, I tried to make cards using one set or the other, but then I started making cards combining because I couldn't help myself.
She couldn't help herself. But you can do if you have one set, you can do the same thing. Your colors would be a little different. You can pick out, and you could do that with oranges and yellows, or you could do what she did here with blues, or whatever you want.
And so I just had to say, remember last week when I used the fall foliage?
Oh, yeah.
When I said I was
And
going to
you
buy
didn't
the
have
fall
it?
foliage, and I
she
didn't have
did,
it.
and she did.
So I bought it, and then, yes, and I really like the leaves. They're so much fun.
I was surprised you didn't have the fall foliage.
I know. Oh, and then I always have to share this 49 at Market ribbon because I love, love, love this ribbon. Actually, I used it on this card.
Oh, that's
was the skinny
that's
piece.
what that is. I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
this comes in white and
Cream, kind of a natural color.
Yeah, and it's $5.29. And then I just love this big, thick,
Yeah, that looks neat on
lacy
there.
ribbon. Yes. So anyhow, I put that on there. I don't know what I was doing, but so this is a really cool part. So this was my background. And someone had said earlier that you need to save your pieces, your shavings. And so we'll just show you now. So we're out of pencil sharpeners right now, but
They are on the way.
They're
so
on
if
the
you
way.
got if you got the pencils or you're getting them, we have the pencil sharpener that Tim Holtz showed. It was, of course, out of stock and back order, probably because he showed it.
Right.
But it is on its way, and it's coming to Memory Bound probably later this week.
I was trying to find a color that I didn't use.
They're asking to
I guess-
repeat the colors that you did use.
On this one? Mm-hmm. I got to look on the back.
Just got to look at her cheat sheet. I'll show them this while you look on your cheat sheet.
I use Villainous Potion and Fire
Oh, she's
Brick.
getting them out. All right.
And
It looks like you
then I
used more
use
than you did.
Seedless Preserve. I use 3 colors. So
Fired Brick surprises me, Teresa.
yeah, it's a little bit darker.
Yeah, it's very, very fun. I
Yeah.
mean, I love that color combination.
So I wanted to do purples, but then I was like, well, sometimes there's a deep red in your leaves, you know, when they start turning and you get the purples and reds. So I wanted to use the Villainous Potion and the Seedless Preserves. And you know what? I think I like Villainous Potion even more in a colored pencil than I do in the ink. I don't know. I just really like
It's
the
not
way
as-
it comes
sometimes
out.
it gets really dark.
Yeah,
in the
it's
ink.
not as dark in the colored pencil. It's the same color. So I'm going to show you some different colors because I was trying to show, I wanted to show a colored pencil. They're really blunt. I used them all, I guess. They're kind of squatty and flat. And so for coloring, it's not the best when you start. So you need a sharpener most of the time when they have the 2-holers, I guess I'm going to say.
Okay.
This is like a normal pencil sharpener size. You need to use the big sharpener size. And so if you want a nice point, you can use your pencil sharpener to, if you're going to color like I did on the one.
Okay, and you took the bottom off.
So I took the bottom off because this time I mean, you could keep the bottom on, but I wanted to use my shavings.
But that was a good idea, Teresa, to just use the top and then it goes right onto your mat.
Yeah, it goes onto
And
your
tell
mat.
me again what color you just sharpened.
Walnut stain?
Walnut stain. Okay. Yeah.
The brown.
She's like, walnut stain?
So I'm just going to give it some squirts, and can you see it? Because it's pigment and it's water reactive, it's just starting to turn into an ink. And there goes all the chunks in the water.
It I'm going to say melts. I know dissolves
Yep.
very fast. And that was your like scraps.
And so you can do whatever you want with that. What I did with it is I purposely sharpened. So I used this to make my background. And I, again, just did the, the splatting. And I maybe need a little bit more. I probably need another color.
Oh, it's big little
Now-
spots.
That's fun, isn't it? Now look what I have.
Oh, she's got her little handle.
I've got my little handle.
The handle it.
Handle it?
This is so
I like
cute.
the name.
This is so cute. It's the Handle It from Ranger,
Yes.
and it's like $3.49. It's $3.49, so it's very inexpensive. But it's basically tweezers with little hands on them.
Yes. And you know what? I think this is supposed to be a fun hobby, and this makes me smile and laugh, and so I just love. So
That
it's
is
worth
really
it to
neat.
me. It's not a necessity. It's not something that you need, but it makes me happy. All right, so there's that. So let's see, what other color should we use? How about some orange? We're just gonna.
So you use the big part of the sharpener. It's got a few little shavings there.
And I'm just using my brush because look at can you see my finger is pink? Because when I made this, I used my finger
And it's still there.
It's a pigment ink, and so it's pretty bright pink.
Pretty bold.
Yes, pretty. Oh, that's a good word for it, Kelly, bold.
But you're using your finger now.
I am, but not my whole fingernail isn't getting wet.
It's important to dry it in between
Yes.
to get your layers.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to oh, yes. See, and I'm just pressing down. I'm not dragging. I should have drug it through, but it's too late now. Oh, there, I'm getting some bigger splotches. Okay.
Yeah, that looks neat.
Ooh, I like that. I'm getting this again.
There's our Handle It.
And you know, you can use a paper towel to dab it if you have some, like sometimes you'll get areas along the edge of your paper that you can use your paper towel just to, so you don't end up with a weird line on the edge. Or if you need to dab a few spots if they're way too watery or they're running and you don't like the running on it. What other color? What's opposite orange on the color wheel?
Like a teal. I think you
Teal?
could do a teal. Or blue.
Could try salvage patina.
Ooh, yeah.
Maybe we'll try
Yeah,
that.
let's try salvage patina.
I'm just gonna clean this because I think
She's
the orange.
getting a few colors.
Yeah.
You don't want to make mud, right?
No, I don't want to make mud. So that's what you want to do.
It doesn't take much, does it?
No, it doesn't, because it's a pigment. It's intense color.
I am so glad that Tim came out with this
I know.
product.
It's a very exciting product.
I knew
When
it
he was like
going to
new
be good.
product, I'm like, oh, it's going to be like a tape measure or something that I already have and I don't need. This, again, when I'm like, why didn't I get set 3?
Okay, which orange did you use? I'm going to lay them out here because people are asking. Okay, so you use walnut stain and spice marmalade, and now we're using
Salvage patina.
So here's our 3 colors right now. I like those together. I think that just looking at the watercolor pencils, they look really cool. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Vicki says that the leaves you die cut, you could always put on a scrapbook layout, and you absolutely can.
Oh, yeah,
You could
yeah.
die cut
That's
leaves,
right.
flowers, butterflies, letters. You can die cut a lot of things.
So after I layered and layered, and you can always go back, like if you want to add more. I would probably add more salvage patina to that to balance out the orange maybe. But then I stamped it with, you got it, my entomology stamp.
Oh my gosh, I was going to say ledger script.
Yeah, you could use ledger script or any background. I just wanted my leaves to have a little bit more texture on them, so I don't know
Teresa,
where I got
love
that. There
I love
it is.
That.
Yeah, and you can see I cut some pieces. I cut out a branch I didn't use and a couple other pieces, but it turned out so nice with
So
those
that's
colors.
what she used on this card.
Yeah,
So you can see the words on the leaves.
but they're just subtle. What did I stamp? I think I stamped,
It looks like a brown.
yeah, I didn't write it down.
You could do black or brown.
Black or brown, yeah.
Depending on your color of your ink or your watercolor pencils.
Yeah, and then I cut my leaves out of it. So you can have fun making backgrounds. Tim says you should just make backgrounds like this and then save them for for later, which I think is fun.
I think it is too.
Because you never know. And it's fun to play. Like, just like I was doing, like, what color should I use with orange? You know, ooh, salvage patina. Oh, let's try something else. Let's add a little more. I like to do 3 colors.
I do like that a lot. Teresa,
right.
people are really loving this demo.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people have the watercolor pencils already, so it's a great help to them. And I think people that don't have them but maybe want to get them now because they see how fun and easy they are to use.
They are fun. And I'll probably do more coloring. I didn't do a lot of coloring with them on the cards that I made because I just wanted to try every technique. And there's probably other videos out there with techniques that I missed because there's so many makers out there using them and trying different things.
I think you covered a lot of techniques for sure.
They're definitely fun. And I'm going to have them on my table for a while, so you'll probably see.
We'll be seeing these.
Some watercolor pencils.
We call this the crafter math.
Oh.
It happens even in our videos.
I was going to show this. So this would be, you know, I don't have one of these. We probably need to order more of these, Kelly. These are $5.99. This is the palette, Tim's palette, that you could probably use, you know, if you wanted to sharpen. You could maybe sharpen into your pieces in there, and then put some water and mix it up, and then it'll dry.
Oh, just like a watercolor palette.
Yes, that's it exactly.
Oh my gosh, yes, let's order more of those.
Yeah, I saw a video where a lady did something else with, she had some little squares, but I think this would work perfectly, that you could just put your little shavings, or maybe you could dump them in from your thing, but then you could have your palette. You don't want to waste those shavings is my point.
No, you don't want to waste anything.
No, and that's $5.99. I think I'm going to need one of those. 36 compartments. So
it would hold all of your new, if you got all 3 sets, it would
all
hold all
3
the
sets.
new colors.
That's right. Perfect.
So, well, Teresa, this was really amazing, and thank you so much. Thanks for all the knowledge. I learned so much today. I'm so glad I was here. We've got lots of fun product that Teresa used today, and if you have questions about any of it, give us a call. We'd love to help you, and we're off to a crafty week, that is for sure. So thanks, Teresa. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Have a great week, and we'll see you tomorrow.